Good evening everyone and welcome to another tournament stream! Woohoo! Today we will be streaming the lower bracket finals and the grind finals for the APAC server, and joining me today is Frost. Basically a bit of house cleaning out of the way. There is a 5-minute delay on the stream. That is to avoid any stream sniping happening. And if you are from the APAC server and you want to get rewards, you have to watch through the portal. Make sure that you are logged in and that you have accepted cookies. So yeah, today works a little bit different than yesterday, because yesterday we had like proper setup maps beforehand. Today we have a map pick. I'm not sure if you also incorporated that already in your OBS, Frost? It's... Ooh, hang on, it's not picking you up. I don't know why. Hang on. I'm seeing it on my global thing, but I'm not seeing it on... I don't know why. Can you say something? Nope. Hang on, let me just... Because I'm seeing the Discord thing and I'm seeing my global audio respond to what you're saying, but I'm not hearing you. Application audio capture Discord. I'm just gonna try and add you again. Because why wouldn't we have some Discord issues? Let me just delete the old one because it's not working. It's not letting me add it in new, so I have to do it again. Discord. It's being a pain in the behind. The thing is that it shows me a different chat. It doesn't show me you. See. Hang on, I'm just basically playing with it. We have time, the battle's not started yet. It's fine. Maybe if I go into another view, because I have you there as well. Maybe if that works, if I just copy and then go back. Okay, can you talk again? Nope, still nothing. I don't know why though. That's weird. I don't know how to fix this. See, can you talk now? I'm just gonna see if it in... Nope. I'm just going through all my thingies to see if the Discord picks up anything anywhere. I have no idea. Yeah, that works. I'm deactivating iTunes because I can. Need to pause it here and then we will try this. Okay, can you talk now?
Yep, testing.
Yeah,
Frost.
now I can actually see you move. So hopefully people can hear you now.
Hello everyone. How are we doing today?
Not stressed at all.
No.
Okay, so I think I'm just gonna keep you here and we'll just have the game audio low. I'm just going to go to the map pick screen because you should still be unmuted there, but it also allows me to go into my settings without showing my email address and just lowering the game volume a little bit more. So that should be okay. Okay, so on my screen, I'm now showing the map pick that we have today, and basically Sneeko, I have to give full credit to Sneeko for this because he's been an absolute legend when it comes to the map pick system. He built this, and basically you see Flame on top in blue, and you see the Island Boys in red, And then you see maps being chosen with a blue border, which means that Flame chose it, or a red border, which means that the Island Boys chose it. And in this case, that also means that the other team picked the spawn. So our first map today is going to be New Bay, which has been picked by Flame. And that means that the spawn, the south spawn, was picked by the Island Boys. And it goes on like that. I'm not going to do the map trades because I'm not sure when the matches will actually begin, because technically speaking, they could already be beginning now. But we basically have New Bay, Hallis, Winter Malinovka, Main Ruins, Molendijk, Lagoon, and Alpenstadt as a tiebreaker if we go to the full 7 games.
Yeah. And I'm just bringing up my OBS map thing as well, but it'll show in a bit.
Okay. I'm hoping that everything else will just work smoothly, because if this is the only issue, I can live with that.
Exactly.
Also, would generally appreciate a sound check once they can hear you on the stream. I have some fantastic moderators in the chat that are watching everything from me, and I'm sure that they will let me know if the sound is okay, or if I need to adjust you a bit more.
Ah, excellent. Okay.
Let me just have a quick look at the room. I am ready. The teams are still getting ready.
Okay, I'm transitioning to my new scene here, where I've got APAC. So, excellent.
Nice. But yeah, basically you have to give Sneeko full credit for the map pick system, because it just looks fantastic. You can see which teams banned which maps and everything. It's just, we've had visuals for that before, like on stream, and they were just like manually made. In this case, he's like fully automated it on the website, and they can choose it, and then it gives you this graphic, and I think that's just awesome.
Yeah, it's great, and for us too, we can scale it to our pleasure, on OBS, and it's super easy for us to broadcast.
And it's visually easy to explain. Like blue border means red picked the base, the spawn, so to speak. Red border means blue picked the spawn. And for me, that always says a lot about what happens in those games. It's something that I really enjoy, seeing what happens on the map that one team picks. Like if the other team wins, that is a big psychological blow, I can only imagine.
Right, exactly. Yeah, if you can't win the map that you picked, then it kind of shows that, like, oh, you weren't prepared for, the map in the same way.
Someone in the chat just meant, we love technical issues.
Oh, man.
Oh. Nah, we'll be fine.
We fix it in the end. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Even if it's with a bit of a workaround. If it works, and that's all that matters.
So I can only imagine we're getting pretty close now to the battle. Looks like our rosters are getting close to finalized.
Yeah, this is lower bracket finals, and then we just have one thing, and then the tour is over. Then after grand finals today, for APAC at least. So a few minutes ago you couldn't be heard yet, but that should be working now, assuming the volume
Okay, good. Yeah.
Is good. I'm just waiting for it. But this is the issue with 5 minutes delay. You can't do quick checks.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's like gotta go back, and then it's like having this signal flags like from one end of the coast to the other end. So you're trying to signal or something. I don't know.
I'm now getting it works, which means that they can hear you. GG.
Okay, excellent.
Again, no idea why it decided to not work. I think that is just basically OBS things.
You know what? Should we run our map trailer for New Bay?
Yeah, we can do that. I think we still... Oh, no, we're getting into battle. Never mind.
Okay, we're going straight in. All right, no problem.
We see 3 mice divided over different teams, but we see 3 of them.
All right, yeah, interesting. This is definitely a map where you can bring something like a mouse with a lot of urban cover in the town inside of New Bay. But of course, Kernwagen's useful as ever everywhere on the map, but especially on the bridge side.
I am curious though, because the current meta doesn't basically loan itself to mice all that well. So it's always, for me, a thing of will they work on this map in this specific battle? Because against all the Kranwagens that move around a lot faster, it could go every which way.
Right, and especially a lot of teams are bringing Felicia, like we observed from NA yesterday, where the Felicia is almost as slow. It's actually a little bit faster than the mouse. It doesn't have quite of the side armor, especially, but it does have that clipping capability.
This was fun. Barbie's actually got spotted because he blind shotted near the edge of the park here.
Yeah, and we can see that the Island Boys team have taken a bit of the early cap advantage, but we do have the reciprocal A-side cap from Flame.
Yeah, but they will still need to take out a tank in order to even out the points.
They will, yeah. A tank will be all they need. Although, of course, they could always, if they do a reverse push, they could, step onto A for just a little bit, and then, step onto C, or, of course, try to recap B here.
But C is very well protected. I have a
Yes.
feeling that they're not going to be able to get into base B, because look at the amount of Kranwagens as well and the mouse that are just aimed in that direction. They're actually shooting away the cover to make sure that no one can just sneak in there without them seeing it.
Yeah, it will definitely require some sort of distraction to get into B, but eventually, of course, they'll have to make a move.
We have camp on holding. Basically, everyone is in a holding position. Now, this is a bit like Castilla, where there is so much happening and so much information is being exchanged, and at the same time, it looks like there's nothing happening at all.
Exactly, yeah. Each team deciding to hold is not like we're trying to figure out our strat right now. That is the strat.
Exactly. And in this case, the Island Boys don't need to make a move. They can just hold and wait for Flame to do something.
To make their push, exactly. Yeah, so, I mean, at some point I might be surprised if Flame decides to push in B, because I kind of looks like, the Island Boys have this completely locked down. Anyone that steps into B is going to get absolutely nuked.
Yes.
Probably 2,000 HP right from the start. And then, so they might maybe send a mouse in to kind of distract and empty the clips a little bit, and then send tanks in to grab onto B.
Look what Ace is doing, though. He's going even more forwards.
He might just be trying to get a proxy spot, perhaps, if someone goes onto the edge of the B side in the inner side.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly, or just getting set up. Who knows?
But this is interesting because basically they have Monovica and KX holding the spawn, and they're not there to do anything. They're there to see if they're going to push on that side. And then everything else is just focused on B and holding C. This is a very clever play. It is a very non-action play, but it's a very clever play.
Right, and it looks like Flame is kind of stacking behind the B side. 4 prawns coming in now. 2 had to rotate from back. And we could see Sacrificial Lamp, for instance, make his name come true if he has to step in.
And also Ace now having relocated entirely differently, just basically to make sure that no section from base B is now unprotected.
Right, our first real damage going into camp on Mouse there as he just tries to kind of move from building to building.
I used to have this APAC meme of sorts because for some reason back in the day APAC would focus the mice all the time, and I'm like, just like, that's the least tank you want to focus. Anything juicier should be your focus point. So for me, every time I see a mouse being focused on, it's funny to me, even though in this case it makes sense because he was the only target that they could sort of comfortably shoot a little.
Right. Only tank out there shoot, but it's still funny. It makes you giggle a little bit. So Sugar Topping and Malchi is now on the outside. We do see Dukes coming in. Could be a bit more of a distraction. But Sugar Topping and Malchi's could be coming in here just to try to get a pick, potentially.
Yeah, look at Monovica. He's not spotted them yet. He's
Here we go. They're going to go for Takes it.
There we go. KX is the
Oh yeah,
unhealthy
his
target. He is going to go down unless he
his
manages
damage,
to get
yeah.
out of there.
Track shot, and down to
Oh,
one, but not able to pick him up.
well done.
He's
That
gonna
is
skate
exactly what they
away.
needed.
Yes, yeah, and it'll be difficult to pick him up, although Malachite is gonna come around to the seaside, try to pick him up. Meanwhile, Mornifka is gonna go down.
We have Campon being rushed on the other side. We have Cringe getting taken out there.
Yeah, Campon goes down, so this is still favoring Flame Team, though.
For now, they are going to get base C. They are going to lose the Sacrificial Lamb.
Yes, they are going to lose him, and then Cap's currently in favor of the Island Boys, but if they, yes, yeah, we do see that Flame was able to grab C, so they're going to have the Caps in a second here. B being contested.
Exactly, they're also capping B, and basically Sugu has to decap it, but he also has to be careful not to waste too much HP doing that. And of course we have the track shots happening, because we have seen a lot of track shots happening these days, and it makes all the difference.
Right, it's especially important to be tracking shots onto the Kronwagen because most of them are not running 2 repair kits.
And I think that's also the reason why in randoms I generally never use the super consumables, because you lose the fix-it kits. And
Yes,
the Island
exactly. You
Boys
have to be really
already...
strategic. Yeah, with 940 points now, they're just going to pick up this kill on Barbie's. He's going to go at 988 now. And it could be their game.
It's just Ducks now. And he might still get a kill.
And
I think he's given up.
1,000 points. Yeah, they secure it. Yep.
No, he does get the kill, but it's not important anymore because the chime already came.
They would have likely have just one on the tanks anyways, yeah.
Also, Eric just messaged me that the background music isn't there. Yeah, I switched that off because with the global noise, I know that if I have iTunes on, there's a good chance that it will be louder than Frost Voice. So I want to avoid that happening. But this was a great first game, not gonna lie. Very well played.
It was good.
It's very tactical because they just took hold of base C, knew that they had that point advantage, and just stayed there. Also having a quick look at the map pick again. This was, New Bay was Flame's pick.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's exactly why I like watching the map pick stuff. We are moving on to Hellas now. Hellas is the Island Boys pick, which means that Flame picked the spawn that they wanted. And if I'm seeing that right, they picked the North spawn. Do you want to do the map trailer?
Yes, let's roll it.
Yes. So I just want to take a little moment to shout out Mutsu especially, because Mutsu hasn't been playing the game in ages. He's just there to moderate the stream for us right now. He also has no clue what the Felice is.
That's pretty funny. He's a total trooper. I love that guy.
Yeah. But basically, Felice is a tank that needs to be on my account, and it's not, and that's basically a travesty.
It's a problem. Yep.
Yeah.
Same with my account. But yeah, it's a great tank. Not like super flexible anymore. It's more like super heavy mobility, but it does still have decent armor frontally. It does have that cupola issue, but it can be mitigated when you use gun depression, and of course the clip. It's just amazing.
And the clip is what makes it so strong for holding positions. In that way, correct me if I'm wrong, because I could well be. In my opinion, the Felice is better at holding than the Kranwagen in that way, because it just seems to have more armor.
Yeah, I would think so, and also just a higher clip potential too. So if you need to, you can always dip into the reserve shell, and then 440 times 4 is going to take half of any tank's HP away, if not a little bit more.
So Monk actually hugged Sugu there because Sugu stopped moving. So that's a little bit of a delay. Oh, look at the blind shots going into base A here. And he is getting away
Yeah,
with it. He did get spotted though.
yeah, he's gonna take a shot there. Might take a second. No, he's
No,
got behind cover now.
no, he's safe. And it's fine because they can afford to get the base into in exchange for just one shot.
Yeah, even on a light tank, you'd take that trade. Have the cap advantage.
Because again, there's like a tank's worth of points between them now.
Yeah, so Flame with a little bit more pressure on C side, but nothing going into the cap yet.
No, I think they're hoping to catch Monovica alone. They don't know that KX is behind him.
No, they don't. So they'll probably be wary to do a full-out push here for him so far, or like right now. But maybe later they might have to make that decision.
Yeah, because this is always the thing when you have these kind of situations where both teams are basically just waiting. Monk getting spotted there has to be careful to basically not stay there. This is a dangerous
He
position.
does.
Why
Oh,
did he stay
oh,
there?
these shots coming in everywhere. Oh, down to a 1 now. Yeah, once he got spotted, it's like, oh, geez, I was concerned for his well-being.
He should have immediately pulled back, but instead he settled near the rock, and that allowed the Crown Walkers up top to start shooting him.
Yeah, that was scary. And now the question is he going to be able to get out of that position? It does remain unspotted for now, so I think he's going to be able to
I think
skate
he'll
away.
be safe enough. But this does basically make him a bit of a weak link in terms of HP, because he can't just run around and take a shot and then run off again.
Yeah, it definitely does complicate Island Boys' team's strategy here, so they're going to have to kind of keep him in the back, and then maybe only deploy him when the other 200 is spotted across the other side of the map.
Now we have Melchis moving in. I wonder if they're going to try and take base C, because they kind of have to if they want to get the advantage.
I was going to say, speaking of the other 200, it's in to see spotted right now. We'll probably see some blind shots come out, but if they're not able to, this is the disadvantage of having your other light tank, be a one-shot. You can't use him to get some intel. And yeah, they're able to secure C-cap.
Fringe actually driving into that base as well sealed it, because that didn't give them time to aim and shoot at Melchis.
Yes, yeah, it's nice to have a heavy tank to move in to support the light tank while it's capping. Caps it faster, and also the pressure is off of the light tank most of the time. Because they're trying to shoot the heavy tank, that's usually more visible.
Now Melchis is basically in a similar position as Monk was on the other side, but he's not getting spotted for it right now. I wonder if they're going to try and take base B, because they kind of have to, but they have to be very careful with doing it.
They do, yeah, and look, Monk trying to grab it.
Whoa.
He's picked up for that.
Ouch!
Now the Felice might be able to get the cap off. We'll see. And yes, he's able to grab B, so that's going to force Flame Team to have to make a repush. And we do see the Kronvog and Speed Boost activated. They're going to come after him.
They have to. They have to take the base back to secure the victory safely. At the same time, they're holding base C tooth and nail, so there's no way for them to get base C. One kill or taking base B back. No, they basically Flame is securing their victory now just by being in base B. It doesn't even matter if they cap it or not.
Right, all they need to do is just sit their butt there and just continue sitting and preventing the points taken up from B side for Island Boys.
Because here we
Meanwhile,
go.
we do see a huge dump here on Ace, and that's it. 1,000 points. They're good to go. Flame has leveled it.
And if Monk hadn't died there, that could have basically won them the game.
Arguably, yeah, they'd have that extra gun to support it.
Points.
But I was a little surprised the Island Boys didn't bring more pressure or more support back to the B side. But of course, they would have probably have given up C. I mean, they already had, I guess. So
yeah.
interesting. If they had supported it with another tank or two, they might have been able to just keep the team off of recapping that base, but it didn't happen.
In the meantime, we are getting ready to go to Winter Malinovka. Also, I find it amusing that both teams lost on the maps that they picked so far.
Yes, yeah. A little interesting.
We're going to Winter Malinovka. Shall we do the map thing?
Yes. All right, let's roll it.
And just like that, we're in the battle.
All right.
Well, we see a Hori. That is a special tank of choice. Like we've seen it before, so it's not like an outsider tank. But it's always interesting to see something else than a Kranwagen, a Felice, and a light tank.
Right, and so far, look at Monk getting really aggressive, but not going to be met by anyone. Flame just kind of giving up that side of the map, but meanwhile, Mauchi is headed straight to the C cap.
Which is a safe choice, because the thing is, they know that he's there, because Achiuta actually got spotted there, which means that they know where the light tank was at, even though they didn't spot him. And it looks like the Island Boys actually still have the point advantage right now.
That could have been interesting if both light tanks had decided to rush the same cap, but instead they rushed the opposite caps. So
I've seen that before, and it was bloody.
Oh yeah. Oh jeez, it's funny when it happens. And Monk continuing to press into the spawn of Flame. This could be really interesting. We do have Barbies left behind just to kind of pick up any intel if there's a spawn sweep.
Basically, the point difference is only like 10 points, 10 to 15. Which means that basically all they need to do is stand in the base for a few seconds in order to get the advantage from the other, if they need to, if they want to.
Yes, if they were to reverse, go all the way around, they could grab, just step onto A for a little bit and prevent it from ticking, and then do it. Also, of course, a kill would be probably a good option.
And I like how currently we have the Island Boys in positions where they can basically decap B if it were to be taken, if the one in there is spotted.
Look at Malchis. Malchis has got a solo boost position here, but he is spotted, so this could be dangerous.
Oh. I think the tree falling down did him no favors there, but technically speaking, he could get back there again, and he'd be more hidden.
He could, and thankfully for him, he only bled one shot there. It wasn't too brutal, but still.
Duck's making a very forwards move here, together with Sacrificial Lamb. Ace losing a little bit of HP.
Yep, and looks like they're... Oh, wow, 630 into Zonk there. Ho-Ri doing his business.
Zonk is basically just holding there to avoid them pushing him, but at the same time they will want him out, but they will know it's costly if they try.
Oh, more damage going to Tsugu. Gets exposed a little bit there as he's trying to support his teammates. So these bleeds, all the more important, will make it a lot easier for Flame to move in and secure their kill.
And they only need
Sugu's leaving. Yes, all they need is one. So if they just step over and pick up Zonk, they could easily bleed him out.
Sugu was again spotted. I think they're basically layering their tanks to actually push Ducks and Sacrificial Lamb.
This kind of reminds me of chess. I mean, we talk about the chess analogy with Blitz quite often, but in chess, sometimes you'll see, one piece in the middle being, supported by like 3 or 4 ones, and then it's like, okay, now the push goes in. The trades happen.
Exactly. And with all the Kranwagen stacked here, they're capping base B, but that's also designed to attack for the Island Boys.
Oh. Look, Island Boys making the reverse push here. They're going to push onto Ducks here.
Oof.
Ooh, just like that, he's gone. Sacrificial Lamb will probably be next. The Island Boys still have guns, or still have shells in their guns here.
Yeah, but Monorvika is almost gone. And he is gone.
But they do. Yep, they pick him up, and then Achua and the Felicia also quite low. Campon probably gonna be moving in to secure that. And he's gonna get supported by Sugu.
Yeah, but they're going to have to steal base B or C very, very quickly if they want to secure this win now. Because Flame might be down a gun, they're not down a base.
That's right. Sugu just trying to pressure on B here. He's gonna find his HP is gonna disappear pretty quickly, along with Campon. Yeah, Campon goes down first, so actually the Diamond Boys able to hold on to B, yeah, for a second here. And 995, and they're gonna have the caps there.
Just want to say that KX surviving with a grand total of 107 HP won them the game here. Because he just pulled back, and that in that way Barbies and Melchis couldn't kill him just in time to get that extra few seconds of points.
Right, yeah, and a kill there is like 80 points roughly. A swing, 40 you know, for one team, 40 for the other.
So for the fourth map, yeah, it's actually starting to play Winter Malinovka, and that was not the intention. We are going to go to Mayan Ruins.
Okay, I did that like twice yesterday. And at the beginning of the stream.
Shall we do the map thing while we can?
Yes, just give me a second. Okay, I'm good to go. All right.
Basically, Winter Malinovka, Mayan Ruins is an Island Boys pick, which means that Flame picked the spawn, and they've picked the south spawn.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm not really aware of this. Kind of more a little bit of lack of experience in competitive for Mayan Ruins, at least. I think these spawns are roughly even, but I could be corrected there.
Also, just like in the chat, there were some comments about the RHM being used. A lot of the tanks being picked for the meta that we have now are all based on the super consumables that we see. So you have the super speed boost for the Kranwagen, you have the aiming thingy, I don't know what it's called, you have the tungsten shells, all of that together basically determines the meta. So it's not just based on how good the tank is, it's a lot based on the super speed boost and all the other super consumables that the tank can carry.
Exactly. If you only need the tank to be, overpowered for 20 seconds, that's all you need to pick up an advantage. So that's why the Kranwagen is so useful with all of the super consumables, and its gun depression, and its turret armor, and its clip potential. So it can really do everything, along with the RHM, which also has access to pretty much everything in the book.
Look at this though. Look at what Flame did here. They basically created a pincer into the people on the ramp, and they can't pull back and they can't go forward. Damage. And it cost them literally nothing. Now Barbies is the first one to take a hit, but not from the people on the ramp.
Yeah, that was really creative actually. Although it looks like Island Boys might be trying to counterattack onto the bridge side.
They can't go into base C, because that's basically just not an option. There's no one at B, there's no one at A. Well, Campon could have kept base B, but he is there to basically hold back people more on the bridge. Basically, Flame is well and dug in here.
Yeah, there isn't really anywhere for the Island Boys to move forward. They're going to have to move back, try to create a new position here.
Again, Campon and KX basically staring at one another, using the different super consumables to actually try and get the advantage over one another.
Right, and I was about to say, it looked to me like the Flame weak spot was kind of in the C corner. Potentially would allow Island Boys to kind of move in on sacrificial lamb or ducks, but now Barbie's backing him up and sugar topping, and Cringe also able to support, so that's no longer an option for them.
And it looks like Flame is just pushing in. They're gonna go.
Yeah, they're just
I
gonna go
don't-
straight in.
This is tricky though, because
like
there's a
one-
lot of tanks there.
There are, yep. So Flame has to support this with a little more tanks, like right now. Barbie's looking very low, and we haven't seen significant damage going to Monk or Ace yet. Ace is kind of low, but still, Flame now in this awkward spot where their drums are empty.
This was a big risk to take, and I don't think it really worked out.
Well, yeah, looks like the Island Boys were pretty well prepared for this push, and yeah, they're gonna lose 2 tanks like that, just like that.
And Flame still
Although
has
they
the
do have
advantage,
a gimmick.
especially now with the base, but also in
Yes.
HP.
Yeah, and they have the gun advantage for now.
Sacrificial Lamb Ace being sacrificed. With a grand
Yeah,
total
and it looks like it
of
will.
8 HP.
The gamble will ultimately pay off for Flame, because just with basically one healthy tank, yep, 1 tank versus 4, and it looks like Flame's gonna be taking this one.
Basically with Monk being left behind that much, they didn't really care about him, and this is all about the focused fire. That makes all the difference. And I do think if the Island Boys had more of a coherent holding when Flame pushed, it could have gone differently.
Right. Yeah, I think with the Island Boys, the 2 tanks in the front needed to kind of back up a little bit more and allow for their Kronwagens in the back to support them. But they kind of took the push right on the outside of that corner, and I think it made it difficult for Island Boys to pour some more shots in. But they had the potential there; it just wasn't able to translate into damage.
Yeah. And very well pushed by Flame. That was a big risk, but it did pay off. So the
So
score is now
scores are
2-2.
even.
We're going to go to my favorite map in the game. We're going to go to Molendijk.
Okay. Any meaning for that map for you?
Totally not based on the fact that it's like a Dutch map or anything. No, I absolutely love the map. I love how it looks. I love how it plays. In tours, I can imagine it's a bit of a frustrating map because there are so many lines of fire from so many different directions. Basically, because you have all the high grounds, you can shoot from there towards so many different positions. So you have to be very careful not to get shot from places. And I kind of expect a brawl around base A, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if we didn't actually, especially with Flame running 2 light tanks right now.
Those are especially important on this sort of map because you need to have the spots, but you also need to have the quick caps if you can get away with it. So you have to be very careful with where you put your fast tanks, but they can work wonders.
Right. Yeah, when I see double light tank, I usually think like fast cap at the beginning of a match. But
No, I
if they
kind
try
of
to go
expect.
A, that could be a bit of a risk.
I
Go ahead.
think that one of them is going to try and cap base C, and the other one is going to spot.
Hmm.
The spot the ramp near the bridge, between A and B, or spot more towards base A.
The former of those positions, that's my favorite position in a light tank on pubs on this map.
For me, it depends entirely on what I'm driving. If I'm in a med, I will generally go towards base A, unless I'm outgunned there. And if I'm in a heavy, I want to go to base B. I love sneaking up that ramp and seeing where everybody is.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I try to take the center of the map when I'm playing pubs just because, or at least, get spots and take up that area, just because it makes it easier to rotate to either side if I'm needed there.
Also, this is Flames map pick. So that's also something I'm going to keep in mind when we watch this battle.
Interesting. Okay.
And we have a wild Sneeko in the chat, so I just want to make sure that we shout him out again for this fantastic map pick thing that he's built. Because it looks so good,
Yes.
huh?
Thank you, Sneeko. Oh, you know what, Amina? Do we do the map trailer yet?
We did not. Let's do that.
Okay. All right. Let's roll it then.
The very pretty map. I actually had the pleasure of meeting the man that made this map, and it was one of my proudest Blitz moments, to be honest.
Really? That is so special.
It's so cool though, because like the only thing that isn't quite correct with the Netherlands is that it's quite hilly, because the Netherlands are just flat. But the
Oh,
buildings
yeah,
and the
totally.
windmills and all of it is just very, very Dutch, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah, that is pretty special. But of course, yeah, if the map was flat like it was, in real life, then it could be a little risky to play outside of the town. It would just not be quite as dynamic.
Yeah, no, it needs the hills that it has.
Hmm.
But I sometimes nickname my country the Flatterlands. To be fair though, the area in the Netherlands that I live in is one of the more high side of the country. Like the whole west side of the country is just really, really flat. But once you get towards the German border, then you do actually have some hill kind of areas.
I see. Okay.
I'm going to follow those little lightings. I want to see what they're going to do.
Yeah, so the Island Boys deciding to run only one RHM and then a concept instead.
So Monk is going for the spotting position, which is completely logical. And Dux is actually heading towards base B.
Ooh, yeah, Malachi's going straight to A,
They
but
do
not into
spot
the
one
cap
another.
yet. Just wants to get some info there. And yeah, look, the whole Island Boys team pretty much spotted on that crossing, except
And
for Monica and Ace.
and Dux is just like, yeah, I'm not going to try and go for base C. Melchizedek is
Ooh,
losing a lot of HP there,
the
though.
Ace, the Ace step a little early there. Gets completely whacked for it.
And now he could try to take it again, but he has to be very, very careful.
Yeah, that was interesting because a lot of the Island Boys tanks were spotted, so Malchus should have known really that those tanks were able to get some crossfire into him.
And Monk was just spotting him really well. And just like that, Flame does not have the point advantage.
Yep. Yeah, and they have the HP disadvantage too with the huge bleed on two Malchis.
Yes. Sacrificial Lamb is deciding to not be sacrificed and is pulling back.
Probably a sensible decision. Although I would be a little surprised if Flame doesn't support that town entry with a couple more tanks, but we'll see.
No, I think that what they're doing with Dux is logical. They're having someone there to spot to make sure that they can't get flanked from that side.
Right.
Which is probably also why that side will not be flanked, because the Island Boys will know that there will be someone there to give information. But they're content to hold, because it's up to Flame to make a move now.
That's right. Yeah, and getting onto base B for Flame is going to be almost a non-option. Lots of support. Like Sugu will be able to reset 3 times with that clip. And then, of
Then we
course,
also
could
have
rotate some more
Ace.
tanks over. Yep.
And KX, if he, well, rotates around, but he's now just going to join Suga, I think. No, he is basically now in a position to make sure that the city doesn't get pushed by Flame instead. This is a
Right.
very
All Ace
tough
needs to
pickle.
do is just drive onto that bridge there on the, to his right, and he would have full coverage of the cap.
Ooh.
Ooh, look at Monk taking damage.
And even if it's just a little bit of damage, they do need that, because they basically, Monk is the information for the Island Boys.
Exactly. Yeah, and he's kind of trapped a little bit. He might be able to escape. Flame trying to push her from pressure from the other side there.
that Barbies is popping up. He knows that the light tank is nowhere near there now, because otherwise he would have been spotted.
Right, and Kempen maybe just trying to reposition here to kind of scout out what's looking at B side. Dr. Shalam joining him.
This is one of those moments again where I'm talking about basically what you don't see gives as much information as what you do see. Barbie's being spotted now lets them know that the light tank from the Island Boys is around the bridge area. And they're shooting the bush there because they expect him to be in the bush next to the bridge near the house.
Right.
This is why I love tour games. You basically in randoms you will see this happen and people will not understand why. In tour games, when you have a slow game like this, you can explain these kind of tactics. Sugu is still holding. Dux is getting some shots in.
Shot over. Yep. Just an HE splash for now, but still, yeah, it will add up eventually.
Plus, he keeps him spotted for longer.
That's right, yeah.
We are at 800 points, so basically Flame has to make a move. They have to kill a tank, they have to take base B, they have to get C, they have to do something in order to get the advantage.
Right, and oh, we can see the
They're
step
going for Sugu.
over to the B side. Yep, they might just try to grab the kill. Although getting bled heavily by Ace there.
They kind of need to commit to it though, that's the thing, and that's what didn't happen here.
Right, now Kempon trying to grab B to salvage something out of the bush. But they're going to lose a tank. And probably, maybe lose a second one. And then also Ace is probably, yeah, ooh, the reset comes into B.
Great reset there. Basically, that secured the Island Boys' victory there. And I think it's
there's no
partially
way to come
because
back from this one.
they pushed over the ramp, but they didn't commit to the push.
Right, and just more tanks really needed to be in place for that push. Just having two tanks going to, you know, into the town like that, just not enough.
Very well played by the Island Boys here. Very patient games today, and this is not the chaos that I'm usually used to from APAC server. And we're going to go back to the map pick. Every time, basically, I switch back to the map pick in between the matches, so that comes on stream and people don't see the lineups. Even though I don't think it will last longer than 5 minutes, but still. So for the 6th game, we have an Island Boys choice, and that is Lagoon.
Interesting. All right, would you like to run the map trailer right now?
Yes, let's do that.
Okay.
Do you like playing on Lagoon?
I do. Yeah, actually, I find the map pretty interesting.
Okay.
I generally play like TDs and light tanks and mediums. I generally don't play heavies. I think it's a pretty fun map for all of those things except for heavies, maybe. You know, with the early spots in the middle from Lagoon, I would be inclined to see some RHMs probably in those bushes at the beginning. Although they could be maybe grabbing cap, we'll see. But yes, I do. And then there's also positions for TDs as well. So this could be a map like a Hori could potentially work, but of course these teams choosing not to, they're going to go for the Kronbog instead mainly.
Oh, we have 215B making an appearance now. I actually find it funny because I only like this map when I drive a heavy.
Oh, that's pretty funny. Okay.
And it's
yeah, it can be a little risky.
The thing is that with heavies, there are plenty of positions near base A that you can hold. But if you're in a med and your team is not supporting you, you generally get eaten alive. So for me, it's just too team dependent to make it work properly.
Yeah, in a medium tank, I can't even bother contesting A. I have to kind of be working in the middle of the map, maybe flanking, but
In
yeah,
a
it's
match I
just
generally
reading a
go to
general
C,
spot.
but if
Yes, yeah.
most of the time for some reason the other team knows to bring their heavies to C, and my team is just like, nah. Monk getting an early cap here.
Yeah, the Island Boy's taking over the A side. It's gonna make it harder for Flame to potentially retake. And Monk picks up a shot there.
He
A little
did
bit.
not need to because
Probably
he
didn't
got
expect
spotted.
it.
He knew where they were. Where they were.
Right. Yeah, enough Flame will have the C cap when they get to it. Ouchies.
The funniest thing is that the Island Boys has no defense around base B though. So technically Flame could get a free cap there. They just don't know it yet. I have a feeling that the Island Boys are going to push camp on and sacrificial lamb. There we go.
Oh, look at
Speed
this.
boost
Speed boost
activated.
activated, yep. The the choo-choo train of Kronwagens from Highland Boys is gonna push onto sacrificial lamb cap one, and they're gonna get cut out. They're just gonna take this two tank trade, and they're gonna have to deal with it.
They may lose one tank, maybe, but it's not even sure. Focus fire is not entirely there, but there goes Campon.
Yeah, if they did, that would have been a huge mistake from, well, not mistake, but it would have been a failure from Island Boys to lose a tank on a 5v2 push like that.
And this is the thing, we have
Yeah.
Ducks and Cringe that actually drove around to help, but they didn't arrive there in time, and basically the Island Boys were using this specific building as cover to avoid getting pushed back.
Right, and now they're just gonna be next. They're next on the dinner plate.
And Sugu will go down. He is the actual sacrificial lamb here.
Yeah, Cringe gonna get picked up, and then Ducks will be next, and then Sugar is gonna try to come in, but he could just, again, he's gonna, it's like, you know, they're feeding themselves one by one.
No, I mean, Sugu, who just died, they left him behind, and basically the Island Boys
him on
didn't
purpose,
care, because
yes.
they didn't need him. They just needed him to hold.
Yes, but I meant from the flame tanks, it just come in like two or one at a time. Yeah, they're just gonna get fed.
Poor Melchies.
Oh yeah, no, it's
Rest in peace,
they're gonna take care of. Yep.
Ace will die, but it doesn't really matter. There's just too many tanks running around now. And now he's on...
Right, and that required the reserve shell.
Yeah, exactly. Even though it's... I've been educated here. The Felice doesn't actually have a reserve shell. It's just a slightly longer reload per shell. But it's not like in the Mino or in the Carrot where your reload for the last shell is just epic long compared to the first one.
I see.
I've been told I'm not really allowed to call it a reserve shell.
It would help if we had the tank in our garages, right?
Yes, I agree. So yeah, that's actually that was the matchup. Island Boys have taken it, which means that Flame is out.
Yeah, they're gonna have to move on or move out of the way so that Island Boys and Wreckham can move on.
So commiserations to Flame here, and commiserations to Bip for yesterday. I am surprised, well, not surprised, because the Island Boys are really good, but Flame looked to be so strong that I'm surprised in that way that they got knocked out like this.
Yeah. Not even going to the tiebreak, unfortunately.
So I have the new map pick ready. I'm just going to have to wait until we get, I'm asking new room or stay in this one, because she could do the titles.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Might as well get that going.
I'm just having the map pick for the next matchup. Okay, we can stay.
Okay.
So now we have a little bit of time while we wait for Wreckham to come in and everything is being reset and everything. But for the map pick from Wreckham versus the Island Boys, we see Desert Sands, Molendijk, Dynasty Spurl, Middelburg, Canal, Main Ruins, Winter Malinovka, Naval Frontier, and Alpenstad again as the tiebreaker.
Ooh, okay, that could be interesting. I hope we go to one too. I would like to see that.
Same. I'm a big fan of tiebreakers as a streamer.
As a streamer, yep.
I can
Important
imagine that
distinction.
as players, you're never happy with a tiebreaker unless it gives you that last chance to win. But generally speaking, you just want to have a landslide victory.
Yeah.
In this case, Molendijk is actually the Island Boys' first pick. I find that really interesting. Basically, it gives me that whole like chess move within moves kind of thing.
Right. Yeah, no, I love the idea of map picks and then other team choosing spawn.
I also find it funny that pretty much every map pick there is, Faust is one of the first maps to get banned.
Yeah, neither team seems to like that map.
I absolutely love
Whenever.
Faust, but
Mhm.
it's funny.
Yeah, the
Like,
four caps makes it interesting. I wish we had more four cap maps, to be honest.
yes, I love Canal for that reason as well. That's one of my favorite maps. Basically, you have Molendijk, Canal, and Faust are my three favorite maps in the game.
Also, look, I know Himmelsdorf gets a lot of hate. Not a lot of people like that map, but I genuinely like it. I was hoping to see that I remember when Wargaming mentioned they were going to potentially rework the map and add some height
Years
to
ago.
the heavy side, the hill, and then it just like it never happened. But like a lot of things have been on their plate. They've been working hard for like behind the scenes to make a lot of developments.
There we go. Rackham is so slowly coming in. Oh, we have to watch our pronunciation again because we now have a Sugu and a Sogu.
Amazing. Okay.
I'm actually like, I have the, I'm going to go quickly back to the map pick. Oh, okay. So for the best of 7, Faust wasn't an option. For the best of 9 that we have now, it was the second map that Rackham banned. And same thing
Right.
if they had faced Flame in the grand finals. No one likes Faust. I do feel that it's not necessarily a balanced map for tours, like spawn balance, so to speak.
Right.
Not in tours in any case. In randoms, it doesn't really matter. Let's see. Should we do the map thing for Does It, yeah, for Does It Sense?
Sure. Yeah. Let me roll it in just a second here. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm good to go.
okay. Okay, we have a bit of time to pause because I've just understood that we are having a 15-minute break before the next matchup starts. So we can just discuss whatever. I'm going to go back to the garage just to have a... I keep getting pop-up offers on my APAC account every single time.
Go away.
Basically, there is a pop-up offer for 10 of the J Panther Titan kind of crates for like €2.50. I'm like, give me that deal on my own account, like on my EU account. I
Please.
will get it. But so far, it seems to only be handed out to accounts that have not played at all, or at least not bought anything for a very long time.
Right. Any review coming from that tank from you, Aminette?
I haven't played it yet. We didn't get it before it was released. So I've just
Oh, I see.
not looked into it at all. But if I'm really
Mhm.
honest, with all the Titan tanks, they seem to just be, let's put the same tank there with something extra, and it basically it's supposed to be special, but it kind of isn't.
Right. Yeah. Just call it a day. Give it a little bit of interesting armor, and it's like, you know.
Yeah, that kind of thing. I'm actually wondering if I start my EU game on my iPad, if it's going to get me into trouble. Hope not. We're going to find out now. Worst case scenario, my APAC game crashes. Because one of the things that I do actually need to keep an eye on a little bit is the fact that there is a camo auction going on right now, and I want the camo on the RHM.
Oh, the Atlantis camo. Yeah.
Yes.
Last call.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I wanted to make sure that I'm actually still... I'm very much still in a competitive zone. Good, good, good. That's not really changed. Also, I'm not entering the Death Star camo thing, because honestly, the literal Death Star camo is so much better for the Death Star in my opinion.
Right. Yeah. Like, it's the Sandcrawler camo. Oh, it looks okay, but it's kind of a weird choice to make this one, like the numbered camo for the tank.
Yeah. If, to be fair, if it was a Death Star camo with numbers, I probably would have folded and at least tried for it. But now that basically it isn't, yeah, no. I bid quite high on the Atlantis camo though, even though it's not really necessary probably. But just knowing that I would be streaming, I didn't want to miss out.
Right. Yeah. That's understandable.
Plus, to be fair, like not on this account, but on my EU account, I've got quite a lot of gold to spare, so I can waste it. I do like it
Right.
though.
And you can kind
It's
of
a
see
pretty good
the
one.
you can see the demand. Like on the Sandcrawler camo, we only have 983 people, entering. And of course, it's not like, last time we had this camo, or we had a, sale like this in the auction. It was the BZ2, which was an entirely new tank, you know, coming with the rare camo. But this tank, like, I think you can still sneak in pretty much like with 10 tickets and grab one.
Yeah, but it's not worth it. Like
Exactly.
if you look
Yeah,
at
it's not
the,
worth it.
I'm going to have a quick look at the prices for tickets. Like, let's see, 10 tickets is €12. It's not worth it for me, considering the fact that the Death Star already has a whole bunch of camouflages, and one of them looks so much better than what's being auctioned now.
Right. Yeah.
If it was a numbered camo for the carrot, though, I'd definitely be wasting all my
Oh,
money.
yeah, you'd be all over that one.
Yeah. Especially if it had ladybugs. Hint, hint. But yeah, we're just basically waiting. I think we have like 10 minutes left before we actually get to see tour games again. I don't really want to leave the room and to start a game or something. Just basically, I don't want to risk it. I'm just basically looking at the auction a little bit on my iPad screen. This is one of the things that I do like though, with me streaming APAC server, because it's not my own server. I can actually do other things while streaming APAC server, whereas back when I streamed EU for other seasons, I would have my iPad showing the portal because I would want to get rewards as well, and I would have the game on EU as well. And basically, you can't really check anything else at that point anymore.
Right.
I see a
And we
question
just
in the
wait. We
chat.
still
Is it
probably have a couple more
the
minutes.
semi-final or no? This is going to be the grand final. So whoever wins this is the grand champion for Blitz Masters Legacy for the Apex server. I think that the chat now caught up to my going to the garage, and Sneako's like, it's fine, the screen is good, because I was showing the map pick earlier. It's great that he built that though, because we've never had such nice visuals for map pics.
Right, and it tells everything. It's great. Yeah, it
Mm.
has the map icon, so you can see visually what map we've got, and then the spawns as well.
Basically, one of the things that I used to have trouble with the map pic images that we got is that you couldn't see the order in which stuff would be happening. And with this, you see exactly which battle you see when. It's very clear, and with the color borders, it's just very easy to see who picked what. I'm getting invited to a platoon. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be platooning
Not the
right
best time
now.
right now.
Yeah. Maybe if we have time left over, we can do some battles again later.
Yeah, the time on the portal is 2 hours, right?
Yes, I think so. Let me just
Okay.
quickly check. It should be,
So
because
we
at least
should be
that's what
good
we're
then.
told.
As long as this, if this set goes like 5-0, okay, then we'll probably have to do something. But I think if it goes to like 7, 8 matches, 9 matches, we should be good.
Yeah, we shouldn't have much time left. Yeah, it lost another hour. Well, 55 minutes by the time people hear this. Oh, completely unrelated. Do you know the Discord bot Poke2?
No, I'm not aware of it.
Uh, Basically, you can use it to collect Pokemon, and it's something that I'm such a child at heart. I like Pokemon and I like collecting the ones, especially the original ones. But the one that I love the most, of course, is Ladybug, because it's a ladybug.
Of course, yeah. Ladybug, yeah, that makes sense.
This
So
morning,
you're like a Gen 1 kind of enthusiast?
absolutely, yeah. I went to the original Pokemon movie when it first came into the theaters. I'm that old, but it was just I like the original ones. I think after that, at some point, it became just a bit ridiculous with the sorts of Pokemon that they created. But the first 150, maybe the first 250 were really good.
Right, yeah. I never really got into Pokemon. I was always playing like more action games when I was a kid. And Pokemon was still popular, like trading cards. I mean, when I was a kid, I still collected a good amount of Pokemon trading cards. Um, but it didn't really translate to just like games. I guess like it just kind of depends on the upbringing because like I had a PS3 when I was growing up and never
Mm.
had like a Nintendo or anything like that. So that wasn't like Pokemon games weren't something I kind of grew up with. Um, but I used to play Pokemon Go when that game came out for quite a bit. I had a lot of fun playing that. Uh, but so
I
I'm somewhat familiar with some of the Pokemon generations and stuff like that, but not like huge into it.
I remember back I played a lot of Pokemon Red and a lot of Pokemon Crystal on the Game Boy, but also the Game Boy emulator for the PC. And I would just like make an evolution team and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because basically in Pokemon Crystal you have the trick where you can get basically you can breed Ditto with eggs, or at least with EVs and stuff, and you can get like new EV eggs. And there were like specific places where you needed to collect them, but if you got them all, you could get a full EV team. And it took a lot of work, but I did it.
I like the EVs too, especially in Pokemon Go. It makes it easy
They're
to
so
evolve
cute.
them into some great, yeah, some great fighters.
But yeah, this morning I was basically in Poke2, the bot. You have a marketplace where people can sell Pokemon to each other. And I was just slowly but surely buying all the letterbars in there. And someone saw that and they were just like, oh, you can take some of mine. And he gave me 65 letterbar. So now I have a grand army of letterbar.
Yeah, so my stream on the Twitch channel, unfortunately, is getting kind of choppy from what I'm hearing.
Oh dear.
Um, I'm looking at my stats, and yeah, my FPS has dropped quite a bit. So I don't know what really is causing the issue. I did crank my fan up, which hopefully is not like you guys hear it too much, but yeah, a bit of a problem. I have to figure that out. Not sure why
Maybe reduce the bit rate a
PC's
little
having so
bit?
many issues. I could. Yeah, I could do that. Actually, we're kind of forced to. I'm down to like 5,000. I usually try to stream at 8.
Ah, okay. No, I always stream at like 5, which is like for stream quality is generally fine.
Right. Yeah. Okay, I'll try to drop down. I figured because it wasn't going to be multi-streaming, there'd be no issue, but yeah, unfortunate. Okay, I'll go down to 5,000.
Might be safer. Spartan just said, I take it that the carrot is worth buying from a tank draw if it shows up for me. To be fair, I would let that depend on what is in the draw and how much the draw is. Because draws are one of the biggest screwovers you can get in the game. Could be worse than crates. So the carrot has been sold quite a bit outside of draws and crates and everything. So it could be worth waiting for that. I absolutely love the tank. I want everyone to have the tank. But I want you to get it for a fair price, basically.
Yeah, and considering the carrot has been sold for gold now, I would
Yeah.
probably say like anything between 20K and like 22.5 is like a decent price for it.
Yeah, because it's not been sold for less than that. Especially if you get the
Right.
glitch camo with it, which is still pretty rare. It is worth buying it for that. But you have to, basically, the thing is, I never want to tell people to buy or not buy a tank. And that is purely because of the fact that I cannot look into people's wallets. So what can be easy for me to buy can be really difficult for you to spend your money on. So I will never tell you to buy something if you have the gold lying around and it's not going to cost you food, so to speak. Then by all means spend your money on what you want, and if that money is meant for a tank, then yeah, get the tank. But always be careful of what you spend, especially on crates, because at the end of the day, most crates have like a 4% drop rate. That means that the chance of not getting what you want is 96%. And with every crate, that number doesn't change. So you have to keep that in mind whenever you buy something in the game. Like, I will have a little gamble, especially if crates are for gold, because I can. But it's also because I want to spend that money on the tank. Basically, some women buy shoes, some women buy bags, I buy pixel tanks. And that is fine.
Yeah, the way I see it too with crates is like if you're not comfortable, if you buy the crate, right, and if you are not comfortable not receiving the tank, so if you're like you look at the other rewards, you're like, oh, I don't want any of that stuff, then you probably shouldn't buy it. Or if you look at the charms and you're like, okay, well, this is going to need potentially 30 charms to unlock the tank guaranteed. It's like, okay, calculate the cost of all the crates to, get the, maximum amount of charms needed. And if you're not comfortable paying that up front, like right now, at all at one time, then probably don't want to buy it either. Because, what you don't want to do is you don't want to go, 20 crates in out of 30, and then you have no tank, and now you're just thinking, oh, geez, I've spent like, $100 already, and do I continue? Like, you don't want to be in that position. It just makes you feel really comfortable, and like you won't want to play the game too when that happens. So you should either go all the way in, and then just like if you get the tank on the second crate, for instance, and you've already purchased 30, it's like, well, you got some more crates to open. It could be fun. But yeah, if you want to, it basically you just don't want to like, buy 15 or so and then just stop there. That would be,
Yeah.
rough. I mean, you do what you need to do, right? If you don't have enough money, but still, like, it's just you shouldn't buy into crates unless you're prepared to go the whole way, and
Or
it's not gonna, you're not gonna worry about the cost.
exactly, or you have to take into account that you're not going to get what you want. Like for me, when
Yep.
there's a new tank, and I'm kind of like, I want to have it, but I don't want to go all in for it, I will have a little gamble with the sale bundles, and I buy those sale bundles with the full expectation, but with a little bit of hope. Basically, I expect not to get the tank, and if I get the tank, that's great. But if I don't get the tank, I'm not going to buy more crates than that. So yeah, that's basically our little talk on crates. I think it's the same
All right,
with
we
the
should be getting
draws.
pretty close now.
Yeah. It's the same with the draws. Like we have the golden ticket draw, which is generally not worth it because the chance of actually getting what you want is like super, super low. And we also have a draw for the AMX 30B, which the tank is okay, but basically the other things that you can get are just really, really bad. And for me, that's also a reason not to try the draw. Like if the rewards around it are like, okay, that's a bit fun, then I could try for it. If basically everything but the main prize is not stuff that I want, I'm just not gonna bother. I'm actually going to go
At
back
this
into
point
the
for me,
training
with
room.
with like
Okay.
600 plus tanks, it's like I don't really feel the need to to have a gamble anymore.
I think we're about to go into battle because they're asking if everyone is ready. The only one not readied up yet is Krim. I have a feeling he's not going to take the poop barn, which is selected right now. I would be very surprised if he did.
On Desert Sands, yeah, potentially you could see one in the back, like for tanks that are going to cross the beginning. But like, bringing a tank for a strategy from the first like 20 seconds of the match, maybe not the most sensible idea. So we'll see if he chooses something else here.
It is a huge risk.
Yeah, Island Boy's running 6 Crown of Ogden so far and 1 RHM. Pretty sensible loadout for this map. Oh, he's readied up.
In the poop barn?
Yes.
He is in the poop barn.
Yeah,
oh, wow. And they are saying they are ready, so we are looking at a Desert Sands match with an actual poop barn. Basically,
Interesting.
The family-friendly version is, in my opinion, is still the Porta Potty, but you have to understand the nickname. Because usually we would call it something else, but that's not really friendly for the stream. And there we go. I have to watch Krim here. If he gets spotted, he's dead.
Still looking in right now, sorry. Okay, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay, Monk in an aggressive position, and yeah, we do see Krim all the way at the end. Look at those blind shots coming in, but nothing landing.
Beautiful. They are fully expecting him to be there.
Oh man, yeah, this haul all would not be possible if autoloaders had to reload their full clip from the beginning. But when Wargaming made that change, maybe they weren't expecting something like this, but yeah, teams taking full advantage of that capability now.
I'm still not sure whether or not I like that function. I understand it, but I don't know if I like it. I kind of feel like there should be some sort of delay on it.
Like for tournaments, it's kind of insane. The fact that you can have all that clip potential ready to go at the beginning and just nuke something for free. Well, not for free, but it's
blind
possible.
Shot. Monk just took another hit just for blinds. And the thing is, they will know that because they see the difference between hitting a tank and hitting the sand. Because you see the scorch mark on the ground here. That is showing them where their shot landed. So if it doesn't add another scorch mark, it means that they hit a tank.
Right. Yeah. If your shot just kind of disappears into the void and didn't go out of the map, then it's like, oh, something happened.
Apparently the game crashed for Waman. But looks that everyone in game is good.
The good news for me too, my stream kind of has recovered back to 60 FPS, so hopefully we're good now. CPU load. I'm just not sure. I think maybe it's my webcam when it's on. Could be lagging my computer.
In the meantime, base C has been kept.
So good, just returning back to his team for now. And Island Boy's moving up into C, actually. But with only 3 tanks, I wonder if Reckham's going to be ready for this.
No, they're not quite. Basically, both teams are a bit, like, everywhere. They can't afford to let them keep base C.
Yeah, he's going to step onto C to prevent it, and then we'll try to get a reset whenever he's able to. But as long as he stays on it, then the cap can't be recaptured. And it gets the reset, and ooh.
Ooh, there's a Crim, there's a Crim, there's a Crim.
Crim's gonna be loading big
Whoa.
HE shells. We'll have 900 damage per shot here.
But now he's
now he's
basically
extremely vulnerable. Yep.
Nitro is getting pushed to the desert. 1 versus 3 is not going to last long there. And he's actually stuck against the bridge and being tracked.
Ooh, so the Island Boys coming in underneath the train now. They're going to try to make their way over to perhaps Seaside, although they're going to try to bleed PXE. Or, yeah, that's going to be rough for him. He's kind of trapped, not able to go anywhere.
He actually can't move. Big Boy is a one-shot for anyone that breathes on him. PXE is going to go down. There he goes. We have Crim. He does land another shot, but basically this is a very tough battle for Wreckham. I think this is going to go to the Island Boys based purely on the fact that they don't have a poop barn on their team. And the poop barn was fantastic, but it is a big risk.
And the Argem coming in late too, didn't even really grab A, just kind of out of the game for a while. So the Island Boys have the numbers advantage. And although Crim wasn't able to get picked up, so he will be able to dump his mag. Could be huge here.
So it is 3 versus 4. It's not all over yet, but it is very tricky.
It's looking pretty close now, actually. Wreckham has the HP advantage, despite Crim being quite low.
Crim is going to die.
If Crim is able to reload, if he's able to reload a whole clip, this could be game-changing. Yeah, Sugu will take care of the Sugu. And, oh wow. Okay, Monk's gonna clean him up. And yeah.
Ooh.
Wow, this is close. But Crim's got he's got the magazine. He can't move anywhere. And
yeah,
oh, a low roll.
No choice.
Oh man.
This was
bummer. He could have. Oh, that is crazy. He could have won that with that one clip. 774 HP on Monk. He could have HE'd that. That would have been nasty. And you know, the Archon doesn't have the Spall Lander. He could have won. Oh, but that first low roll though, it kind of doomed it as well.
I think the poop barn here was a huge risk. And he did do top damage. He did great top damage here. But basically, it is such a juicy tank. And in this case, I do feel that this was more because of just not outright miscommunication, but they weren't set in positions where they could easily build upon one another. So for the second map, we're going to go back to Molendijk. Also, this was Reckham's pick, there's a sense.
Yeah, a lot of it seems like, you know, you have to be really careful with that because from what we noticed from finals, a lot of the wins for the teams were coming on maps they didn't pick. They picked the spawn instead.
Should we do the map trailer again, or should we leave it? Because they're almost ready.
Yeah, sure. Back. I think we have time. Let's try sneaking in here.
I think they basically chose it because of the tactic that they had in mind with the poop barn. I think also the fact that none of the blind shots in the beginning actually hit for a long time also made a lot of difference.
Yep.
So we have Monk going for the base B spot. Sogu is heading straight towards base A. Both teams only have one little light tank. And now we have Sogu.
Island Boys choosing not to go into C-Cap.
I think they will. I think they're expecting people to still cross over, and they've not spotted everyone.
Oh, Monk going for the B-Cap. This could be interesting. It's a risky gamble.
Away with it.
But if he's able to grab it, yeah, not spotted right now.
And he is in the right position where it's easy to not be able to hit him. Nope, wrong side.
Wow.
Blind shots. Oh, ooh, that almost hit him
That
though.
was really huge for Monk, yeah. So he's going to be able to now just move over to C, pretty much uncontested. You can see the Roman big boy trying to rotate, over, but I think he's going to have enough time to just grab this and then run away.
Yeah, they're not going to arrive there in time, if they're even going to try that thought or just trying to hold. This is a very
Yeah,
interesting play. I
yeah, wow. So
think
now 2 caps to 1. Reckham's going to have to make a move here.
I think Rackham was expecting to meet people at A. Someone, anyone,
Right.
and to get the advantage that way by putting all their forces there.
Now the Island Boys do need to be careful. They're not leaving anyone in town besides Monk. So if Reckham does decide to kind of push in, they're going to need some info to do so. But if they do decide to push in, oh, and Monk takes the bleed there. Yeah, look at Island Boys. They're rotating over to the A side. Interesting. They think they can probably just hold on to B from proxy. They might be prepared to give up C here.
And Sugu and Bexley spawning one another makes Bexley pull back. But Bexley is very, very alone there, and him actually pulling back now means he will not have the early warning of 5 Kranwagens heading his way. C
Yeah,
is
so
being
Island Boys have a
stolen.
little bit of time to play with. And they're going to have to try to step onto A quickly, though. Although, again, they have a little bit of time. Once they step onto A, it will prevent, that cap from moving.
They know that this. I think they guesstimated that people would be at A. They kind of have to take base B though, otherwise they still won't have the advantage.
Yes, Reckham has to move into B. There's no way they can try to loop again. And look at Pixely taking huge damage there.
He was basically found. And he's taking
Still
the
getting
time
shot,
to shoot.
actually.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we see the flip on B. Cologne able to, almost able to secure it, but got reset. Reset from Monk, so he's gonna have to try again. And this is just costing them time.
And they need it. Ooh, that missed!
More resets!
He did get reset.
Yeah, he was reset, yeah.
Krim now also being
So
pushed in a... Oh, Krim is going to die.
They finally do secure the B cap, but yeah, now trade's coming in huge. Sugu picked up the free.
They need the kills. Rackham needs to get the kills, and they need PXT to survive, because we are at 900 points. It is not impossible for Rackham. Sorry, for the Island Boys.
Yep.
No, for
Yeah,
Rackham.
Island Boys 960 now. Yeah, Reckham needs to move quickly. They need to secure a cap, but they're gonna try to grab A.
And
but
they need to not lose a tank then, and just survive.
That's right.
For long enough.
They cannot afford to lose any tank at this point.
Rome, they cannot. You cannot.
Rome needs to be careful. You cannot die, Rome.
If he dies, they've won.
If Rome, yep, because that'll be just enough points. Oh, Monk now won, and
no,
he
they got
goes.
it.
Rome not able to survive long enough. Monk would have been killed there in just a second.
Well played by the Island Boys, though. What a game.
That's crazy. So Island Boys moving up 2-0 now.
Versus Rackham, which has been like super dominant all season.
Yeah, the team to beat pretty much from the beginning.
And we are moving on to Dynasty Sprawl.
All right. Just give me 1 second to load that up.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good to go. You want to roll it?
Yes. Apologies, by the way, for us not really interacting much with the chat. That has everything to do with there being a 5-minute delay. So we see your message, we say something, you hear the response 5 minutes later.
Yeah, it's just hard to engage. If we're able to, we try to shout something out that's, really interesting. Um, but in general, and of course we have to stay concentrated on our main job here of streaming.
Yeah. So basically, we just talk about random things. We will answer questions if we see them in between the matches and if it's something that we can talk about on stream. But we can't really respond to all the little things. You can't really have a conversation with the chat when you have this much delay. And there's about Frost in the chat.
Yeah.
Basically,
I decided to
well, you hear this
hop in
5
there.
minutes later, but if you see him in the chat, you need to click him and you need to click subscribe.
Thank you,
Shameless
I'm in
plug.
it.
We see 3 Horis in one team.
So again, this is Reckham's pick, right?
I think so. Yeah, this is the 3rd map. Yeah, it has to be Reckham's pick. I'm really curious to see what all the Horis will do. Because in a map like this, we've seen the Hori do absolutely fantastic work.
Yeah, 3 Horis. Wow, that's an interesting strategy. They could really do some significant damage just quickly, but some lack of HP is going to be possibly able for a Reckham to take advantage of that.
Also, I just want to make a quick shout out to the camos that we see being used, because those are the camos that they won in this tournament for reaching top 4.
Yes, yeah. Each team could choose a camo, and then they were able to run it, for uniformity, I guess.
Nitro going for the cap, and he seems to be getting away with it. Thank you is there to spot him. Oh, Monk!
Oh, Monk not just gets a track shot in. That will reset technically, even if it doesn't lead the tank.
Yeah, but it cost him pretty much more than half a tank.
Yeah.
And they will still get the base.
A lot of HP. Yeah, they will. Yeah. Hori, interesting choice. Just, when you do get exposed, like, you're going to get penned. The armor on the tank is just not strong enough, especially in the competitive, environment.
Then they know where to shoot and how to shoot it.
Yes.
So now Rackham has a very comfortable lead. They don't need to do anything. They have an HP lead of about 4.5k. And the points will ever go up for them. So it will be up to the Island Boys to do something, anything, to get that advantage back somehow. They're now pushing through the spawn, going after the mouse.
Oh, on fire too. These Horis will eventually kill Prim, but it could take a little bit of time with all that HP, and he's going to get backed up by Nitro and Big Boy.
Yeah. Big Boy has been spotted. We now have more people arriving. So we're going to have people duke it out in the spawn. And they have to be very careful not to overextend. It is now 5 versus 4.
And this is where the Hori is just not able to contribute the HP pool.
Not in the same way the Karma. He also missed the clipper advantage of being able to dump a whole clip into someone. And Krim is just holding back and surviving.
Yeah, it's on Poco now, and this is just going to be Reckham's game. Look at the points too; they're at 960, but
and
1,000 points now, and that will take it. Yep.
This would have had the chance to go 7-0. This is pretty much a massacre game. Very well played by Reckham. I think this is exactly what they needed to pick themselves back up. So we are going to be moving on to Middleburg, which is the Island Boys pick again. Do you want to do the map
And if
thing?
you want to run that trailer?
Yes,
I'm ready to go.
I'll be honest, I miss old Middleburg. I do feel that the
Okay,
old
so
the old Middleburg hills were
oh,
so much more fun than these.
so I just made a huge mistake on my stream. Thought I
Okay.
put in 6,000 kilobytes on my bitrate. No, I put 60,000.
That's
Causing
a
my
bit
stream
much.
basically cut out. The Discord pings. Oh my god. Oh my god, the Discord pings from my stream turning on and off. Ooh, that sucks.
Sorry for laughing, but as bad as it is, it's
Can we
also
turn
funny.
this off? Wait, hold on. I'm gonna try to mute the channel or something.
So in the meantime, in the hills, we have pretty much all of the Island Boys heading there, except for Thank You in the mouse that is holding the city. I'm going to assume that Frost will be a little bit busy trying to save his laptop and his stream.
Okay, I'm good. Oh,
Okay.
not that. It was pinging everyone with the Twitch channel, with Twitch notifications because my stream is cut off. Okay, all right, I'm back now.
Okay,
But
good.
I needed to turn that off for everyone because there's no way. I mean, it was probably going to disconnect like 7, 8 times.
Dear.
Okay, all right. I just hid the channel from everyone.
There we go. Ace taking the first hit there. Crim taking the first base. Now we have Thank You. No, not quite responding. I think you could see the Discord call. Yeah, take the base. No, don't take the base. So he's just holding. Out of all the camos that we are seeing, though, I think I like the blue one best.
Yeah, I like that camo a lot too. The blue. The summer is probably my least favorite, but it's still pretty good.
The thing is that for me, I like these camos. I like the fleshy, shiny, colorful ones the most. And we have blue and teal, and those are my favorite colors. And grey. AX losing a little bit more HP. Oh, they're actually making a push here. A push for the base, not so much as for the players.
Yeah, they're going straight into C here.
They want to get PX
But
lead.
they're going to move, yeah, right past it. And they're going to pick him up, I think.
Yep.
Oh, he goes down.
I'm surprised there was basically very little to no reaction from Reckham to that.
Yeah, they're just not able to spawn in time, I guess. Now Cologne is going to take huge damage making that push in.
Why?
And he kind of just throws his tank away.
I think he heard the word push and he didn't realize that he needed more people than just him.
Yeah. Ooh, that's rough. He's not dead yet, but he will be going in just a second here. Yeah, he's gone now. Not working out for him.
Nitro getting...
Oh, Nitro. Yes, the Island Boys just winning this brawl up the hill with ease here.
I think this was mainly just miscommunication on Reckham's end, though.
Right, yeah.
In the meantime, we have Mice duking it out in the city. Big Boy gets taken out as well. Sogu is looking over a hill. I think they want to take out Ace. And so far Ace managed to not get shot twice.
So just reloading the whole clip so he can make sure he gets that comfortable clip out.
Yeah, but it's not going to be enough. It's just 2 versus 4.
Yeah. Sogu somehow needs to be able to, get away from these two full health, in a way, Kronwagens, and then get over to Krim, and it's just, yeah.
2v2, but Krim is very not healthy, and Sogu is going to go absolutely nuked here. Again, in randoms, I would have handed it to him.
Yeah, and Krim with the cap advantage potentially could have, delayed it a little bit longer, but he's going to come to try to help, but not much he can do here.
It's not all over, but it is going to be very, very tricky for Krim.
Yeah.
No matter how good Krim is. Yeah, there we go. I mean, the man plays on all three servers, does excellent on all three servers. He is still but one man. So that means that now we move on to Canal, which is another Island Boys pick. And of course, Canal is a very interesting tool map in my opinion. Do you want to do the map thing?
Yes, let's roll in. Wait. Oh, yeah, Canal, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
There is no match point just yet. But we do see another poop barn. This is risky though, because they're basically playing with the tournament itself. But when the shit barn works, it really works. Also, I find it funny that there are some comments in the chat about the amount of Kranwagens being used, but that is just the most meta tank right now with the super consumables that it's got and everything. Are you still alive,
Here we
Frost?
go. Yes, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, just fixing some tech issues behind the scenes, but I think we're good to go.
Okay.
I think my stream actually is now stabilized, but that was like 10 minutes of hell.
Yeah, 60k is not really a healthy.
No, yeah, my internet's decent, but not an incredible NASA level,
We have the poop barn heading towards base D. But we also have some Kranwagens lying in wait where we usually see
Yeah,
TDs.
look at that. Yeah, Kronwagen's in the TD position, trying to get a nuke potentially. Those tanks will probably have reticle calibration ready to go if something gets spotted.
And this is a very tricky move from Reckon because they're not trying to get base B. They're also not decapping C. They're giving away a base and point advantage.
Right, and just to keep a lot of tanks to spawn like that, I wonder what the strategy is going to be. Grabbing B is going to be really difficult, so we might just see... Oh, they're splitting tanks, though.
They are expecting people to be around base D, and they are right in spotting Zonk and Sugu. But they're not going to be able to shoot them there.
Yeah, they're not, and this is going to be tough for Reckham to kind of come back from this in terms of positioning, because they've got all the tanks on D side, but there's you're not really going to be able to push into the spawn of the Island Boys, so maybe they're going to have to go down the middle of the map at some point. I'm not sure what the move is for them next.
In the meantime, we have Ace running around at the back, and we have Monk on the little hill to basically spot everyone heading towards base A or even base B. Perfect map dominance by the Island Boys, and Rackham has to do something, anything.
Yeah, the tick of the caps just ticking into the favor of the Island Boys second after second. Reckham has to make a move quickly here. When
Nitro
it's
got
two
spotted.
caps to one, and when it's two caps to one, you have to make your move at like, 650 or maybe even 600 instead of 800. Like, this is kind of the normal thing if it's one cap to nil.
We have Silver now moving in as well. I don't think they realize that thank you, thank you, thank you is there, because he's not been spotted.
Yeah, Reckham has to try to, really, they have to try to grab the C cap. There's really no other way around it.
And they
Or they
wanted
can try to
to.
go around for A. Yeah, they wanted to, but with all those tanks from, the Kronwagens all loaded up on D side, that A is completely out of the way. Like, there's no option to go over there, so they're gonna have to try to grab C somehow. Of course, Island Boys know that, and they're getting set up for it.
The funniest thing is that A is actually only protected by Monk, which is a juicy little tank. But they don't know that. So
Right, and just to
actually,
get all those Kronwagens across the map would be really tough. Oh, and here we go, the C step.
he's still not spotted though. He is getting reset, but he's not spotted. And they have to get this. Is he going to get away with this though?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
He
god!
used the tree as cover, was able to not get spotted. That is incredible. Does take some damage on the crossing. It is spotted now, but
Oh,
the
and
damage...
gets wrecked.
Ooh.
But the fact
But the
that he
cap
managed to
is
steal
taken.
that base though.
Man, that is crazy.
Now
That
we have
was
the
a risky...
Kronwagens
That must
moving.
have been a heart-stopping moment.
Yes. Now we have an interesting move because Big Boy has been spotted. They are pushing Sugu and Zonk. They have to focus fire and they have to commit to this push if they want this to work. They have no choice. Cologne losing a whole lot of HP, gets taken out first. Oof. All the shots have to pen, and right now Mostima and Piexley are going to go pushed,
yeah.
and Rackham is not going to arrive in time.
Island Boys with a nice clean counterattack here, and they're going to clean up Mostima. Yeah, he goes, and the gun advantage now in the favor of Island Boys.
Stogu is still running around. He has to be careful to just survive.
So surely he's going to get picked up by someone. Yeah, he's grabbed now. Oh, that's going to be tough for them. So now Island Boys just pressing onto the offensive here.
And they need to get ace. They have to get the
down.
kills.
Yeah, Nitro has to pick up ace here. This is critical.
And he
does grab him, so they're alive for a little bit longer.
But at the same time, D is being kept now. Krim has to basically deal with that, or somehow Piexley and Nitro have to survive for as long as they can.
Right, Krim just not able to contribute, his tank presence until the end here because, the paper statue of the vehicle, but is making a contribution on KXZ. Clips him out. Lixie now is quite low.
But this is not gonna go well. Piexley is low, Nitro goes down, we're at 994. They have it, the Island Boys.
Yep, they've picked up that win. Yeah. The counteroffensive, or the counterattack they had in their spawn just proved to be really effective, and they were able to carry that momentum to the win there. So now it's match point for them. Island Boys just on the brink of victory here.
And it kind of feels like Rackham is trying new things, but it's not working out.
Right. Yeah, 4005, kind of an awkward time to try that out, in grand finals. I'm sure they've practiced strat, no doubt, but it's a risky play, and it's, to do that when you're down 1-3, and now you're on match point because of it, it's a tough decision.
So the score is now 1-4. Basically, the Island Boys are up for match point. If they win any single game now, then they are the champions. Whereas Rackham has to win 4 in a row in order to win that. We are moving on to main ruins.
We know it's possible, but it's going to be difficult, for sure.
It's going to be very difficult. And they will have to go back to the tried tactics, basically.
Surely, you'd think, right?
Yes.
All right.
Let's do
Want
the
to roll
map
that
thing.
map trailer now?
Yes.
All right.
I'm just going to be showing the room a little bit now because that actually people are in the chat are asking about the match point. I haven't incorporated that in my OBS because quite frankly, I'm not an OBS pro, so I'm happy that I got the things to work.
Hey, come to the Twitch channel. We got the stream's working now, and if you
Yes.
want to see the score, I've got it like in 2 different ways actually.
The thing is that
Yeah,
I
come to the
just
Twitch
know
channel and drop follow.
the more I have to take into account, the more I have to manually change in order for things to work right, the harder it is to make sure that everything works well and that nothing is forgotten, or that you are just on the wrong screen when we are actually going into battle and everything.
Right, yeah, there's so much to do behind the scenes.
Yes. I do feel that the scoreboard would be nice if it was like super easy to edit, but I've just never had to, so I've just never really worked into it. Because most of the time, these tournament rooms, they are not in a train room, they're in a tournament system. And the pro of that is that you can just basically stay in the room. And in this case, we have a 5 minute delay, so I think I'm safe with showing the room. But if it lasts longer than 5 minutes, you don't exactly know when the battle will start. So that is also a thing. But normally you would see a lot more of the scoreboard in between the matches.
Yeah. Oh, and here we go. Going into a potentially match point here for Island Boys. Headed to
It's
Mine
got to give
Roads.
them confidence.
I think so. Oh yeah, knowing that you can drop, a game, 2 games, 3 games even. Of course, they want to get it done right now.
Yes. And we see Rackham now going full Kranwagen. Back to the tried meta for this season, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's
Can't
not
really,
to say that
really risk any strategies.
they didn't play badly or something. It's basically what they tried to do didn't work. Because in this case, what they wanted to do on Canal didn't work because the Island Boys weren't there. So the farming that they were hoping for with the Poupon didn't happen.
Never materialized,
Monk getting
And
spotted
again,
there.
Reckham's setting up for the mid game or the middle map brawl here, but Island Boys sending their tanks all the way over to A side.
Oh, Rackham is taking the base there. So that gives them a little bit of an advantage at least.
Yeah, Island Boys actually skipping on the A cap. They're just moving past it.
I'm surprised at that, to be honest. He actually is very alone there. He has to be careful not to get pushed. They don't know he's that alone there, mind you. Rackham is basically stacked in the middle. Now we have Big Boy being sent back together with Nitro.
Right, and A cap is finally picked up now for the Island Boys, but still now 70 points behind. It's going to require more than just a kill to flip the script there.
Unless, of course, they manage to get base B for free because there's no one there to defend it.
Yeah, Sugu moving into position, and Nitro and Big Boy are going to try to get over there, but I don't think they're going to get it done. We'll see.
They have to, otherwise they lose. Nah, that's basically a bit too early to say that, but they will have a very tough time getting that advantage back.
Yes. Yeah, and Sugu pretty much hiding pretty much everything. Oh, I think did he bounce it off the gun there? I'm not sure.
Somehow, yeah. He does manage to reset it every single time, but
Well, he's gonna run out of shells at some point.
Yeah.
Although he is moving forward now. Oh, gets the reset. Cheeky reset again, but now bleeding considerably from the Felice.
And they just can't afford to let them get base B.
But I think it's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yep, they're able to grab it.
We now have
Yeah,
the Island
surprised that
Boys moving
Sobu
in.
didn't drop.
Nitro is about to get flanked by Mouse. No, he's going after Sobu.
And Flixie taking huge damage.
Yeah,
Now
because
the
he's
976,
basically, he was so
521
alone.
tracked. Yeah. And now KXZ is moving in position to clean him up. He's gonna only need 2 shells to do so.
But Bexley might go down, but they basically, the Island Balls lost 2 tanks so far. Nitro is not looking too healthy though. He's going to go down soon as well. There he goes.
HP massively in favor of Reckham here.
Now you have a roam going into the base to secure it. And they need that. Monk missing his
Monk
shots.
not able to hit that shot. And it's going to allow Krim and Mostima to just kind of push up whenever they want to. Along with Rome, they're going to have the advantage there.
And they just have to be careful, use their clips and basically play it safe. Because even though they have a gun advantage... Oof, now we have Sogu getting pushed. Rome immediately turning around because they can't really afford to lose Sogu. Sogu pushing in a little bit. There goes Mornofica. This is Reckham's game.
Yes, they will pick up this game. Oh, not quite yet.
Now they will.
once KXZ was gonna fall, yeah, that was over.
That was still a very close one though.
It was, yeah, until Reckham took that huge HP advantage when that push from the Island Boys was not able to work out. So we're still going here. Still match point. They've got a couple of points to play around with, but Reckham does pick up that game and potentially could be the swing of momentum here.
Exactly. Basically, again, every game that the Island Boys will win is the game that wins them the tournament. So we will either see the Island Boys win or we will see an epic comeback from Reckham. We are moving on to Windsor Malinovka, which is the Island Boys' choice. Let us do the map thing.
All right.
They're going back to the poop barn.
Oh boy. Oh
And
boy.
it's kind of like, I keep hoping that it works, because if it works, it's gonna be grand, but it's such a risk every single time. Especially on a map like this, because I don't feel that there's a lot of tool and proper cover for the boot barn in a tool game. Different in randoms, so you can make it work.
Oh man. Oh, well, good luck for them. We'll see how it goes.
They are committed to it.
Yeah, no one can question the commitment to the 4005.
Soga moving in, Monk moving in. Very early cap from Soga, which I think is a good move, because they do need that advantage.
Right. The 4005 in a defensive position can be quite solid. Oh, look at the damage on Monk!
And he is immediately getting shot at, Grim.
Yep. But the nuke working, was that 900, I think, from him? I think the
985, I think, if I saw that correctly.
Wow.
See, if it works, it can really work, but it has to work the whole battle.
Right, can't just afford to be a one-trick pony. You got a lot of things, a lot of moments you need to be there for the team.
Nitro leaving the base B area, which is also a bit of a dangerous thing to do. I'm pretty much...
It is. What are the resets right now that Reckham has on B? If Island Boys were able to step, it doesn't really look like they have anything.
They don't have any.
Yeah.
And we have most of Reckham now moving into the spawn from the Island Boys. They're going to find Sugu. And they're going to find KX. And they kind of have to make that push and take out the tank. But they have to be careful to not get farmed back in turn, because we also have Ace now turning around.
Ace and thank you. They're gonna have the numbers eventually, although they are putting huge damage to Sugu down to 1600 or minus 1600.
Oof, big boy as well. The tracking shots again.
Yeah, it's worth it to track your opponent and not do any damage and just make it easier for your teammates in this situation.
Now
if you
they're
have
the
to.
gun disadvantage though. Krim is slowly arriving there. This does land a big one into Zonk. Monk goes
And
down.
Monk gets picked up too. So now Island Boys trying to retake this push here, and they're gonna try to get some clears, but
Rome.
we'll see.
Rome doesn't even get to make that kill.
Mustema also picked up. Now Sugu goes down. The Island Boys are gonna be able to swarm all over Big Boy.
Krim is getting all the shots in that he needs to though. Or I say that and then he doesn't, but that was me jinxing him, I'm sorry. They do have
so
two
Island
bases.
Boys, they are down, or they have the gun advantage right now. Ooh, now a 3v5. No, yeah, 3v5. A lot of full health tanks from Reckham just wasn't able to share the HP.
And Krim is
trying to get out of there.
Ooh, tracking
Yep.
shots. They have 3 bases. Nitro just has to run away and survive and then hope for the best. Ace is still
With
alive
these-
as well.
Yeah. With the gun advantage, and Mornica is just gonna poke Krim because why not? Get him out of the way, and now it's 2v5. 2v4,
Ace gets
excuse me.
taken
Ace
out.
drops down. And now Plixie taking huge damage, and this is gonna be... we're gonna have a champion here, a new champion, Island Boys.
Kinda has to be, doesn't it? Thank
Yeah,
you has to be taken
1v4
out.
now.
It's just too... There's just too many tanks. And he doesn't get the kill.
It's gonna be... Although, look at the caps, 950. Actually, if he's able to escape from here... Oh no, the track's coming in.
No, the tracks.
The track's coming
The
in.
tracks.
Oh man.
No, he has it!
Oh,
He
he
has
got it! Oh
What the actual?
What happened? Oh my god.
Oh my god. That base B cap saving the
There's
game.
no way. Oh my god. I thought it was over. And then I look at the
Same.
points and I'm like, wait a minute. Reckham
Same.
still has a chance. And then when he got tracked, I'm like, surely. But they have ran out of shells in the guns.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That was literally
What a
split
moment.
second.
The champion is not out of here yet. Island Boys gotta go to another match here.
Wow.
Oh my
Absolutely
gosh.
fantastic. Let me just
That
have a
was
quick look. what
dramatic in the biggest sense.
We're moving on to Naval Frontier. So let's do the map thing.
Yes. Yes, I'll get that going in just a second. Okay, I'm ready to go. Let's roll it.
Yep.
Man, that last match is going to go down in APAC history. One of the
My
most
God.
dramatic matches. I think the most dramatic match I've ever spectated.
I actually
Oh
had
my
a
god.
feeling like
Actually,
if he just ran away, he would have made it, but then he stayed, which I kind of get because they've gotten the kill, then it would have been fine. But this was so freaking close.
oh my gosh, that was insane.
Absolutely.
And on match point too, like that. Oh man, when the track shots came out like that, and he was stranded, I'm like, oh well, that's over. You know, he's gonna get picked up. But no, yeah, they ran out of shells and they weren't able to grab him anymore.
3
That
bases
is
for the
insane.
win.
Yep,
What a game,
just
though.
just a matter of seconds, man. The boys, they could see that the the summit was almost there. Oh, now they're gonna try to regain the advantage that they have, taken all the way on Naval Frontier.
Also, by the time people hear this, the portal is already over, so we don't even have to have any filler games later on. This is taking enough time. Wow. Those are the best streams, though. Like, I like it if I have no that time to fill, because we're here for tours, so the tours should take up all the space.
Right. Yeah. Wow. Just what a match. I can't even stop thinking about that. I wish I had
Just,
noticed the points a little bit earlier, but it is what it is.
I saw the points, but I thought that they would reload just in time, so that he would be dead
Mhm.
before the chime came. Wow. Just wow. I can't
What
put
a
it any
game.
other way.
I'm gonna get ready to clip that on the Twitch channel.
Yes, you should. Are we all ready? I think, there we go. Going in. Now they're all using the same avatar as well. Recomist.
Cohesion. That's the arena comp one as well.
And let's see. Important to note that right now the Iron Boys have a fast tank. And Reckham is going full Kranwagen.
Worked out for them last time on Mayan Ruins, so we'll see if they can continue the momentum and deliver us a tiebreaker. Or will the Island Boys take this game here and win?
Rome taking the first hit there, also being in a bit of a precarious position. Not a bad position to be in, but you can't really get out of there.
Right, yeah, that's the issue with grabbing C at the beginning.
No, I mean Rome. Rome's position.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant Nitro. My bad.
Ah.
Yeah, Rome. Yeah, Rome. Ooh, yeah. There's really nowhere to navigate from there. He could potentially step into B if the Island Boys don't have any, tanks over there.
But they
Could
do,
see that
and
happening.
gonna guess
do,
that
yeah.
they have.
Yeah, Zonk gonna be ready to reset potentially if a B step happens from that direction, and I think Suga as well.
Monk first having a quick look to see who is where. Does get proxy spotted there, I think, by Rome. So he pulls back. Now we have Ace going in instead. In that way, Rome is in a very good position for giving early information. And Rackham has the advantage, more than 120 points to be exact.
Yeah, that will require the Island Boys to have to either move into B or retake C side. And right now, C, not really an option. Lots of resetting. Tanks from Reclam there.
Lots of, well, not so much blind shot happening as Donk is getting shot at, but he is only taking one hit there. Monk also
Continuing
getting
to bleed.
spotted. Oh my god. I'm feeling this in my stomach. Like a whole pit of tension just for this
And you're not
matchup.
even playing the game.
Exactly. This is what I always have with tours though. I love it so much. Rome has to be careful because there are two Kranwagens lying in wait to help him.
Oh, here we go. Step. Let's get over to thank
Immediately
you.
reset.
And look at the tanks from the Island Boys rotating around to be behind Rome. They're gonna try to get a dump on him maybe, or just go past.
They have to be careful because Rome is now in a very precarious position. He's going to get shot from everywhere.
He is, but Thank You is gonna get pushed on from behind by Nitro as well. Ace now stepping, thinking about stepping down.
Both teams lost a tank right now. Monovica getting walloped there.
It could be next. Yep. And yeah, Big Boy and Cologne gonna drop on him, and they're gonna clean up Zonk as well when they're at it.
Not before Big Boy goes down,
Oh
though.
wow! I
Ace
didn't
now
expect that kill from there.
arriving back to kill off Cologne. He gets to survive a little bit longer now, but there he goes.
I thought they were gonna be able to pick up Zonk, but no, it's not happened.
Prim in the meantime is duking it out with Sugu. Sogu is not looking too healthy.
So the gun advantage from the Island Boys not gonna last for very long, although they do pick up Sogu. When Sugu drops, it will still be a one gun advantage to them.
He actually has to survive, and he's having a very tough job at it, because he's going to get pushed by 3.
3 tanks, yeah, and he can only reverse so quickly. KXZ with the full clip and Zonk as well. He's gonna be gone in a second here.
He has no support, which makes sense because they're on the other side, but oof. And all of a sudden, we now have the Island Boys with the point advantage.
Point advantage and clear gun advantage as well.
Yes.
This is going to be a really tough, difficult comeback from Reckham. Maybe they